I'm Huda here with MHTV, and today I'm interviewing Kedar, a HOSA member. And we're going to be talking about his experience with HOSA and advice that he has for other Mustangs. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Hi, my name is Kedar. I'm a senior at Mountain House High School, and I've been in the biomed pathway for all 4 years.
So that kind of leads me up to my first question, which is, what was your first experience with HOSA, and what really encouraged you to get involved with the club?
So actually, my first experience with HOSA was in middle school. So our school offered something called JUMP, which was Junior Upcoming Medical Professionals. And I decided to try that out during COVID, my 8th grade. I had a lot of downtime and I wanted to kind of explore my options because at that point I wasn't set on biomed. And when I came into high school, I was in the biomed pathway and just thought I should proceed with HOSA.
For some Mustangs, they're not really knowledgeable about like what you do at HOSA. So I was wondering if you could tell me a little bit about like what's it like what is your experience? What kind of things do you do at the club?
So essentially, how it's set up is that there's competitive events. You can choose which event you want to do, and they have a lot of different options that really encompass a broad number of fields, right? So we have leadership events. We have some that are definitely more science involved and medicine involved, but then we also have things that lean a little more into engineering and business. So it's a really good way to have a broad scope of different professions, all in a medical lens, but not strictly medical. And then on top of that, we also go to conferences. So during states, last year we went to Anaheim, and then before we went to Sacramento and Long Beach. So you get to like travel, and it's really fun. Aside from the stress of competing, you get to have a lot of fun like exploring the city with your friends, which I think is a really rewarding part.
I think that's really interesting. So one thing that you mentioned was different competitions, which I think that would be really interesting to kind of test your biomedical knowledge. But also, like you said, there's different fields that are involved in HOSA. So I think that's really interesting. I didn't know that about HOSA. With these new members coming in to HOSA, because, you know, you were selected by the officers as one of like the best members. So I was wondering if you could kind of give advice to like these new members and how they can enhance their experience with HOSA.
Yeah, I think the main thing is to put a lot of effort during the meetings, but also outside the meetings. HOSA is a really like time-taking extracurricular. You need to be able to put in the work, right? So I think aside from the 2 hours allotted during the meeting, you need to be able to put like 4 to 6 hours outside, especially if your event is taxing. Like I did an event called Medical Innovations last year, which really required me to like put 6 hours of work per week outside of the meetings. And because like I had to teach myself how to like do circuits and code, which, you know, like I said, you get a broad scope of like professions and different fields while working in HOSA. So I think the main tip is to just take every opportunity to like use your time to work on HOSA, but also just have fun when you're in the conferences. Like stress while like until you do your event, but then after just relax.
Yeah. I think that's wonderful advice, and I think that's really going to help a lot of, you know, freshmen and even just new members in general. So, yeah, I think I wanted to thank you for coming here with MHTV today, and yeah, that's it for the interview.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Bye.